Uh, this is Francisco Concur, and I am recording this video because I thought about a new idea that um, that I believe should be um, like what's the word I don't know, like just taken into consideration, or it should be done. And it's the wait, what the heck is this? Whoa, wait a minute. Well, this is actually what I was going to talk about here, and it looks like they already have it um, on on these Teslas, um, and it was basically hold on, give me a minute. Well, yeah, sorry about that. I noticed that there was a fly in here, and I tried to spray it. Um, I probably missed, but anyways, I'll get it later. But yeah, my idea was regarding the the mirrors on the vehicles, but it looks like this design here doesn't have the rear view mirrors, and I got the idea um, on the way to work because the Teslas already have these cameras on the side of the vehicles, and they can see exactly like the mirrors can. They can see the blind spots, and I was just thinking that since these things are connected with Sentry mode, I was thinking about having like a camera on each side of the windshield, of the actual framing though of the vehicle, the frame where the driver window is and the passenger window is. So the inside will show, I was thinking, will show the driver or the drivers these blind spots without the rear view mirrors. But right now, surprisingly, I noticed this one didn't have it right away. I noticed it. And there's actually a few others. I just noticed another one. It was a white Tesla. I don't see it anymore. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, see, so it doesn't even have the rear view mirror, or mirrors. So this is the Tesla Roadster and Cybertruck top world's most anticipated EVs list. So 2025 Tesla Roadster overview, car buzz. But yeah, it doesn't have the rear view mirrors. So I wonder how that looks like though. I mean, in design, because I thought about the idea, but I'm actually kind of interested to see how does the rear view mirror work, and I'm actually interested in looking at some images regarding that from the inside. So I mean, so far, this one has the rear view mirror on it, but this one doesn't. And I'm trying to pull up some images of the inside of how that will look like. I mean, because I don't know if they're planning on adding that somewhere like on the dashboard or on the framing of the vehicle in the front, because I envisioned, like, especially for like the Cybertruck, like kind of like for the Cybertruck I envisioned like kind of like a rectangle. No, I'm sorry, not a rectangle. A three-pointed shape. Is it a rectangle? Yeah, I think it is a rectangle. I'm thinking about no, it's not a rectangle. Let me see. Hold on. Rectangle. I don't even know how to spell it, but it's not this one. It's three pointed shapes. Oh yeah, a triangle. So I pretty much envision a triangle. Something fancy like that. Um, where it will display the blind spots. So, um, so the driver will still be able to look right, and they will be able to see, what's behind them or on the side of them. I'm sorry, what's on the side of them. Well, on the right side, so if the driver's looking at the right side, the passenger side, they'll be able to see a little camera there to see if there's a vehicle or not. And then on the driver's side, the same will be true. So something like this, I don't know if that will fit. I was thinking more uh like kind of like a stretched out, something, because I heard that the Cybertruck was designed based off of origami. So I think um, more like an origami type of shape will look more like like something like this, but obviously something that will show and reveal to the most um like to the most like degree possible, so taking up the full width of that space, and adding a camera there. I'm sorry, a screen there, to display what's on the right camera and then on the left camera. Okay, so something like that will look pretty cool, because like I said, I don't know how these people are planning on revealing that to the drivers as they're driving, because it wouldn't make sense to have it on on the dashboard, because if the driver is messing around with the music while the dashboard and changing music, or the GPS, or other things, it will just take away from the display. Okay, so anyways, going back, so so let me just select that image again, just because that's something that I kind of envision something like this one right here, and I can see this one for the driver side, and then inverted to the right, so it will be flipped 180 degrees, and then that shape will be to the right of it on the Cybertruck, or something like that. Now the Teslas, I don't really know. I guess, like I said, taking as much space as possible without going, without distorting the view, the normal view. So it would just be, a gradual lift there, for the screens to be installed. Um, so right here it says 108% wide angle HD 1080p. But I still don't see, you know, the it's showing one side and not the other. Um, Now, if it's activated when a driver um, you know moves the to act they when they activate the blinker, whether they want to make a right or a left, then it's activated. um, I mean, it's possible that that's what they're thinking here, but I could be wrong. However, I believe that for this to be revealed, it shouldn't be based on if the driver um, sets the blinker to the right or to the left. I think that it should be on at all times while the vehicle's in operation. And I think it's also the safest way to go about it because, for a factor of reasons, for many reasons. Okay, first of all, if there's an emergency and the driver quickly needs to turn left or right and has to think about what's the safest direction to go with, either a left or a right, obviously, for any driver, you people would look at your rear view mirrors as quickly as possible um, to avoid any dangers or hazardous objects or an hazardous object on the road or whatever the case may be. And so that visual needs to be presented at all times according to my reasoning and thinking. Now, I mean, I don't know if that's a. No, it actually looks like a rear view mirror. Now that I look at it close, like a close up. Now that I'm getting a close up. Um, but like right here, this one doesn't look like it has the rear view mirrors. It says Tesla Roadster launch is an illusion, nothing more. So people are talking about it. People are discussing um, regarding the Roadster. I really and honestly do not know if a Roadster model exists other than this one, but I'm assuming this is going to be a newer model of some type of Tesla. But I hope that if you people are planning on removing the rear view mirrors, I'm hoping that you people will take my ideas and logic into consideration for the safety of all drivers. And that's not to say that if a camera goes out or if the screen goes out, that the driver will be, um, in safety or not. Obviously, if it breaks, it would have to be repaired almost immediately. Obviously, yeah, obviously. So I just, like I said, I do not know. I don't see any images how this actually works on a real um, vehicle. But right here, it looks like it's missing. It looks like it's gone. And this right here, it says Tesla Model 3 using cameras instead of side mirrors is a bit of a mystery. Okay, so I'm gonna actually click on this one because this one caught my attention. So hopefully, as I'm scrolling down, I'll be able to see some images of how this works. But let me just read this. This is carbuzz.com, by the way. The link is carbuzz.com/Tesla Model 3 new cameras, no mirrors. And I do not know how to say this character, but I mean, I could take the time. To define it in this video. Um, okay, so it's a hyphen. So it's a hyphen. So it's uh carbuzz.com/Tesla model 3 new cameras no mirrors /. Okay, so anyway, that's what that is. And I knowing myself, I'll probably end up forgetting what that character name is in the next week or so. But for the sake of the video, that's what that is. So let me see if I can. I don't even know how to get rid of this thing. This is so annoying. Well, let me see if I could do this without all these ads popping up. It says key takeaways. A Tesla Model 3 was spied with modified cameras and no side mirrors. There are also cameras inside the vehicle and a modified trunk camera. This could show off a future Model 3 or maybe even the robo-taxi. A Tesla Model 3 has been caught testing with a different setup than normal. The vehicle was seen out on the freeway in Palo Alto, California, with Texas manufacturer plates and a few important pieces either missing entirely or moved around, according to a tweet from Nick Cruz Patain. So Nick Cruz Patain. This is, I believe, Twitter. It says, this is very interesting. A refresh Model 3 was spotted without any side mirrors and testing all new camera locations, rear window, trunk, side repeaters. The car was seen in Palo Alto. What do we think? Question mark. Thanks for the pics at Mr. Salty P. So it looks like they have some type of camera on the back window, the back passenger windows, possibly to look for blind spots before the side camera. Even though the driver could technically see exactly what's in front of him or her. So I don't really know what this is all about, just besides maybe getting a better view of the front, the side front from this angle. Missing altogether from what appears to be a test mule are side mirrors. Instead, the repeater cameras stick out a bit more than usual. This provides a better view along the side of the car, which could make them a solid replacement for mirrors. So there you guys have it right here. This thing is like sticking out of the vehicle just slightly. But it was just an idea, and if that's what they have to do, then that's what they have to do to make this happen. Although I'm kind of against it, because I was watching a ton of videos with this YouTube channel that I was I'm pretty sure I'm still subscribed to this channel, but in this particular channel, it's called Wham Bam Tesla Cam, and it shows a bunch of Teslas, involved in vehicle accidents, and sometimes it's their fault, sometimes it's not their fault. Man, I hope they don't flag my video because of this video. I don't know how to remove it. This video right here playing. But it's just their website, like paid link, click. If someone clicks on it or whatever, they get paid. But anyway, so in this Wham Bam Tesla Cam YouTube channel, I've actually witnessed when vehicles, scrape the side of the vehicle. So this is definitely going to come off almost immediately, which will make it almost dangerous, for and illegal for someone to operate their vehicle on a public street, especially if the camera gets wiped out. Um, so even though they might have just recently or in the heat of the moment got in a car accident and they're moving their vehicle to the shoulder to safety, but even so, um, without that, um, without a view of what's around, um, it's not safe. I honestly I honestly liked how the cameras on these vehicles were somehow hidden and protected by the vehicle. So if this vehicle were to get hit or like sideswiped or whatever, the camera will most likely be protected, and I'm pretty sure that Tesla could somehow reinforce this a little bit better. Not I'm not saying that it isn't, but just to protect the cameras, it could have more of like aluminum shell, like just in case it gets sideswiped or whatever, so that the camera won't really be affected. Now the other thing I can think of is somehow pushing the either the vehicle, the front of it outwards, so that it won't be like this here. But I don't know if that's going to be the best alternative when it comes to the rear view mirrors. It's possible, now that I think about it, that the camera could somehow be placed in a different location of the vehicle. Like, for instance, if it's up here above the window, the driver window, and it's looking at a 180 degrees, programmers or people who know how to deal with cameras and stuff like that, they will easily be able to only reveal 50% of that 180 degree viewing, so that the driver will have more of a blow up, more of and like it will enlarge the video, the footage on the camera to the display. It's either that or the 180 degree could be kept as it is. I don't really know how that'll look like. But I guess you professionals can play around with it. I guess it will also be good in cases where you people are kind of squeezing into a tight area, or like, you guys are driving through a tight little area and there might be a tree there, or maybe there's a curb that's really tall and you can't really see. This 180 degree camera will kind of help out with that. But like I said, I don't really know. So yeah, right now they have it where it's sticking out. But I mean, this is not going to be good in case of a vehicle accident. That thing's going to fly off. It's going to break. And then, even if it's still in driving condition, it still will be against the law to drive while the camera is missing. It will be equal to driving a vehicle that doesn't have a rear view mirror because a vehicle hit it and it flew off, or like even having a mirror that's broken or a mirror that fell off and driving around like that is still illegal and unsafe. And that's exactly why it's considered illegal, because it's technically just unsafe. And the law and police officers are there for our safety, for everyone's safety. And if that safety is altered in any way, you people will get pulled over and a ticket will be issued to the driver of any vehicle. Obviously. So I don't know about this. I mean, it just is throwing me off, because I honestly thought that the Tesla Sentry mode side, like, it's, let me just pull this up real quick, of the side view. I mean, I thought this was good enough. See, look at this. So the camera is displaying, from my perspective, it's displaying a good amount of it's covering a good amount of it's covering a good amount of like coverage or whatever. I don't know. I think it's perfect, but if it has to be modified like this, I mean, I don't really know. And even this, I don't know if it's like like almost, I don't know, to me it seemed seamless. It seemed like it wasn't bulging out in any way. But I do not own a Tesla, so I couldn't really tell all of you whether this is, these side cameras are pushed out or if they're flush with the vehicle. But I always thought that they were pretty much flush with the vehicle. See, like this one. See, and this is another view of the, the side camera. And it looks like, I mean, I would have to see it on the freeway, but it looks like it's covering, is looking at that blind spot. The reason why people have the rear view mirrors to begin with, and but I am for this idea, okay, and I'll tell you guys why. And a lot of people, they blame it on, people say that it's a blind spot on the framing of vehicles, cause blind spot on the framing of vehicles causes an accident. Okay, so there's a lot of there's a ton of well, there's some videos that I watched, through YouTube, and these people claim that the framing of the vehicle actually prevented them from seeing the person walking on the street or whatever the case may be. So they don't see them, they hit them, they run them over. Some people die, some people don't. Okay, so there's a ton of videos and a ton of news and information regarding just this in particular. So if drivers are claiming that there's a blind spot, and there is technically a blind spot, even when it comes to the side mirrors here, it's taking away this whole view from the driver. They can't see in front of, they can't see through the mirror. They can't see what's in front of the vehicle right there, including the top frame. The one that goes from the bottom to the top. So if these side mirrors are eliminated, it could improve. It could reduce the accident rate. So that's a good thing. And it says, let me see if what this says. It says, yes, blind spots caused by a vehicle's frame can cause accidents. Blind spots. Okay, I'm not going to read this. Basically, is what I just pretty much described to all of you. So and not just that, but I think it will give it. I mean, it does give the vehicle a much cleaner look. Some people have these huge freaking side rear view cameras, like especially trucks, like F-350s. Look at this. These things are gigantic. So basically, this technology is going to eliminate the side, the rear view, uh, um, mirrors, um, which will give the drivers not only more visibility and a cleaner look to all the vehicles and trucks, but as well as um, you know let me see. I was thinking about, so there's the the cleaner look of the vehicle. They'll be able to see more, and some other shit. I just forgot it. I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, it looks it will look much better though, um, if they can get it to work. If they can get it to work, I think it'll be pretty badass. So anyway, I'm gonna move on. So no side mirrors. It says here on the carbuzz.com link that I shared with all of you. It says the idea of glitching. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. That'll give, big trucks more room to like get into tight spaces. Okay? Because these things are like I said, they're gigantic. They're like Dumbo years. I don't know if you guys ever watched the movie Dumbo, the movie, but it's regarding the big old years. So, these rear view side mirrors are like Dumbo years. They're like so huge, man. But anyway, yeah, continuing here. The idea of ditching side mirrors isn't new. Tesla initially showed off its Cybertruck without any side mirrors, but had to include them for the production version to meet safety regulations. Getting rid of them would not only eliminate the chances of accidentally knocking them off, but would also help improve aerodynamics. Ooh, so that's another one. That's another good, or another good pointer. The aerodynamics thing. The whole idea of aerodynamics when it comes to saving energy, and a lot of people are always talking about reducing the cost of gasoline, or this and that, and that it is so true. Aerodynamics is so true, because now that I think about it, because when you're talking about a vehicle that's operating and running off electricity, the last thing you people want is drag. You might as well have a fucking parachute, at the very back of your vehicle. And that's exactly what the fucking side mirrors are doing. And then later on, who knows what else they're gonna come out with. They might say, some other shit. Your fucking bumper is a fucking aerodynamic fucking problem. Who fucking knows? But what I do know is that we have to resolve each problem as it presents itself. So there's a number of reasons why this idea could be very, very plausible in the eyes of the law and the people. Besides broke people. I mean, just imagine if broke people get their hands on a Tesla and they can't fix their fucking cameras, their side cameras. Unless even if they have the self driving features, self driving technology, I mean, I don't even think it will work since some of the cameras will be out. If they're broken, I don't see how. I don't even know how Sentry mode. I mean, not Sentry mode, but yeah, even Sentry mode will be out. But I don't even know how cruise control would work. By itself. I don't even think it'll be able to. So that's also something that we need to look into and consider and to think about. But one thing I have said before, and I'll say it again, is since you people have these cars that are smart, they should be connected with law enforcement. So if any of the cameras or sensors go out, or lights, whether they're the headlights or the tail lights of the vehicle, and now they're using LEDs, so there's a bunch of lights, not just one light bulb, like in the past. But if there's anything wrong with the vehicle, it should keep a history of it, and it should be on the vehicle history. It's just like going through a cell phone and looking at the history. So there should be a warning that says, have this replaced as soon as possible. And if the driver is continuing to drive for, like, let's say a week or two, or even a month, or even over a month, then different consequences should be made available to police officers on how to go about these cases, because it's going to be a case by case basis. Each and every single case is different. We all understand that. But, like, let's say there's a driver driving around in a Tesla or any smart car. Okay? And they get in an accident, and the police officers arrive, and somehow they get a copy of that history report, and it's showing right there that one of the cameras was off, or wasn't working, or one of the sensors wasn't working. Then that information could be used against the driver, especially when it comes to insurance. Because they failed to replace the you know these issues, these problems that I'm referring to. And if you know if they don't care and they didn't respond immediately, like the warnings and notifications that their vehicle was providing them with, as a matter of fact, every time they turn on the vehicle, whether with a button or whatever the case may be, or with a key or whatever, um, there should be a notification that pops up. You have these issues that you need to resolve on this vehicle. And technically, you're driving unsafely. I don't even know that if that's a word or not. You're driving around at not the most safest possible way because of these issues. But it's still not going to prevent you people from driving. At least I believe that the vehicle shouldn't prevent people from driving. Like, altogether shutting down the vehicle. I don't think that should be the case. Depending on the problem of the vehicle. But these are other things that need to be considered and thought of, especially, because there's a matrix of things, okay, and they're coming out with all kinds of smart cars. So eventually, it's just going to be like overwhelming to attempt to figure out which vehicles need maintenance and which don't, and then to look out for those vehicles. How would anyone know? So that's when the computers, AI technology, comes into play and actually makes a report of each and every single vehicle directly with with the DMV, under their driver's license accounts. Especially the person who has the vehicle registered under their name. Because imagine dealing with 8 billion fucking vehicles. Because they say, supposedly, that the world population is 8 billion. So just imagine everyone having a vehicle. So that's 8 billion vehicles. And then eventually you people are not going to know what caused the accident. Who was at fault, even though there's cameras. But these other little pointers are very important and critical and essential to everyone's safety, especially if Elon Musk is going to eventually attempt for every vehicle to drive itself, with the self-driving technology. And if something goes wrong, well, you people in the insurance business, or you people that are in the opposite of insurance. I think you people are called brokers or something like that. So this is actually an issue that you people can actually debate and rule on. But at the end of the day, um, the opposite of the insurance will most likely want to pursue this type of concept, this logic, because these people are after people who are trying to screw over insurance companies. As I think I'm correct. Um, so this will basically give all drivers the benefit of the doubt, and if someone wants to be irresponsible, um, or unresponsible, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know if it's called irresponsible or unresponsible. But some drivers want to be unresponsible or whatever the word is, and drive around even though they have a bunch of notifications warning them for who knows how long to get certain things done, and repaired on their vehicle, and they still neglect to have these issues resolved, and they get involved in an accident or they cause an accident, and especially people die or whatever. That's when you know they'll be guilty, like totally guilty. um I mean, I don't think they'll be guilty to the point of you know where they'll go to prison for manslaughter or for like accidentally killing people while driving or whatever. But we hear stories, all of us do, where some people actually get arrested for certain types of accidents. So it's at the end of the day, it's a safety thing. And if maybe we can um, brainstorm here, and we can say something in the lines of, and we could all agree to it or not, okay? But I'm saying we can agree to this one thing. Let's say a driver has, or a vehicle has 10 different things wrong with it. Should we allow this person to drive? Yes or no? Or what if it's 20 different problems with the vehicle? Should we allow the person to drive? Yes or no? In this unsafe vehicle that requires extreme maintenance. That decision is going to be entirely up to all of us. Individually, we could all vote or whatever regarding that. But I think that there should be a certain amount. I just don't know how many, but like a certain amount of violations or repairs, notifications, where it'll be like illegal to operate the vehicle on public roads. Unless, you know, obviously, unless they get those issues resolved. And I mean, I don't know how all that's going to be handled or addressed. But one thing I do know is that at the end of the day, it's all about safety. That's the number one priority. So it could come to a point where, just like the free Obama phones, if you can't afford one, one will be given to you. The same is true for lawyers. When people get arrested and police officers read their Miranda rights, I honestly do not know the whole thing. It would be great if I knew it, because it would make me seem so smart and intelligent. But anyway, they say if you can't afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you, or something like that. Free of charge, or something like that. So anyway, so everything, eventually everything's free. Like, you can't afford a lawyer, one will be provided to you. You can't afford a phone, don't worry, one will be appointed to you. You can't fix your car, well, for the sake of everyone's safety, you don't have to pay for the repairs. I mean, I just do not know how things will work 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, even 30 years from now. I do not know how all this stuff will work out and play out. But if we are talking about the safety of other people, especially including wealthy people who are or even not wealthy people, but just responsible people who are able to maintenance their vehicles. But let's just say there's a selected few out there, a selected few drivers that don't want to spend any money on their repairs on their vehicle. Now, that's almost equivalent to you people having someone driving under the influence on the streets when it comes to vehicle problems. They could break down. If we're talking about relying on the self-driving technology, and it somehow has a glitch or something, and it rams into your vehicle, and your whole family's in that vehicle, that's when all these other things that I'm referring to right now have to be taken into consideration. Because that's what it's going to come down to. Eventually, down the line, every single vehicle is going to be self-drivable. And I don't know how many years that will take for that to happen. But, the manufacturers of these vehicles they're producing, like, let's just type it in. What what or how what is or how is what is the fastest um time a Tesla can be produced? 40 seconds. It says Tesla's Gigafactory Shanghai can produce a Tesla every 40 seconds due to its 95% automatic production line. This is faster than Ford's previous record of 53 seconds to produce an F-150 pickup truck. So Ford's F-150 pickup truck is history. We're talking about the future. And we're talking about Teslas, and it's every 40 seconds. And that's not including all the other companies and all the other competitors. There's Honda, Audis, Volvos, a huge number of competitors. So, eventually every vehicle most likely will be self-drivable. And, even if you don't want to think about the future, all of you have to remember that, that is true. But one day your children will be in the future, living the future. So we have to take precautionary measures, and we have to brainstorm. Not only for our own safety, but the safety of future generations to come. And that's exactly why I'm taking the time out of my own life to kind of describe this, and to I'm kind of getting at a topic, and I think it's like acceptable, just because, or on the sole basis that it's referring to safety. But anyway, besides all of that, where was I at? Oh, I think I stopped here. So it also helps improve aerodynamics. The last bit would help extend range, so losing the side mirrors holds lots of appeal. On this Model 3, there are a couple of possibilities. It could be that Tesla is working on a way to eliminate the side mirrors on future models, relying on external cameras to display an image on interior screens. Automakers have been working on this technology for years in an effort to make it safe and effective. Okay. Robo taxi or next Model 3? Question mark. This setup usually includes screens inside the car, generally near the A pillar. The A pillar. Okay, hold on. I need to read this. I'm thinking about other stuff. This setup usually includes screens inside the car, generally near the A pillar. I do not know what the A pillar is, but you don't see that in the Model 3 in these images. It could be that the display is on the center screen. Another possibility is that this could be something for the upcoming Tesla Robo-Taxi, which would need the cameras to see around itself, but wouldn't require a display for a driver that doesn't exist. Hmm. Okay, so right here I see an advertisement or something of a 2025 Tesla Model 3 Performance for 54,000 blah 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 money, but it has the mirrors. It has the rear view mirrors, which this is what it's all about. So that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, in addition to the modified repeater cameras, the exterior B-pillar cameras are now inside the car looking out through the back windows, and the trunk camera is slightly higher. There's a lot happening with this Model 3. Elon Musk has said that getting rid of the side and rear view mirrors was a company goal, but he didn't give a timeline. That could be what we're seeing here. Yeah, there's just I think there's just way too much to conclude, and you know there's just too much to there's just so many possibilities, so many outcomes. So I don't know. I mean, it would be very interesting if they came out with this idea, this in the new models for 2025, the 2025 models. But if things get too complicated, we might not see it till like 2006, 2007. But I think it will be super interesting, and like people like saying a game changer. I think that would be the game changer right there, because I think it just gives the vehicle a much cleaner, nicer look. It looks more like I envisioned it, and it looks so freaking clean. And I think all the drivers are going to be so jealous when they see it. Big time. You guys better be careful. They might even like side swipe your car on purpose. Just because they're that jealous. Fucking scumbags. No, I'm just joking. It was a joke. Anyways, it says, blah, blah, blah. We want to hear from you. Share your opinions in the thread below, and remember to keep it respectful. Oh, respectful. Yeah. That's what I'm working on. Okay. BMW working on new side mirror technology. So this was a link that I clicked on from the previous link that I shared with all of you regarding the carbuzz.com. So if you guys want this link, just go to the first link, click around, and eventually, hopefully, you land on, you'll be looking at something like this. It says, virtual mirrors in cars are not new. For years, automakers have presented futuristic concept cars with cameras replacing conventional side mirrors. This technology has already been applied to production cars like the Audi e-tron and Honda E, although the technology isn't legal in the US yet. In the e-tron, video captured by the cameras is shown on an OLED screen positioned between the instrumental panel and door. Instrumental panel and door. Okay. I don't really know what the instrumental panel is, but I'm assuming hopefully that's what I was envisioning. Not only is this convenient, but it also reduces aerodynamic drag to maximize the electric SUV's range. BMW, on the other hand, is taking a different approach. Patents filed at the European Patent Office have been discovered by i4 Talk, showing that BMW is possibly developing its own virtual mirror technology. So these are real patent. This is figure 1. This is a real drawing of the patents that BMW has filed. So this is some real shit right here. Oh, and then there's some other images here. It doesn't specify if this is. It doesn't specify the figure, but it has some other stuff here. Also, it has like something sticking out, much smaller, but instead of showing like instead of having a mirror, it has the camera. You know, and if that's the case, why isn't the camera more up? Because I think the only way that thing will be injured or freaking altered or whatever, you know, or you know, getting shut off, especially when it's involved, the vehicle is involved in an accident. The only way that thing's going to get fucked up is if we're talking about like a tumble roll on the vehicle. If the vehicle tumbles and rolls. That, or like if a big old freaking vehicle like a semi truck hits it or sideswipes it. But if you're talking about like a regular car, you know, cars are normally the same height, kind of, give or take. But the chances of it getting, you know, damaged, will actually decrease by a certain percentage, because it will be higher, not lower, you know, not where it's normally at. Anyways, so I don't even know what the heck this thing is, but it looks like another blind spot. You know, not to talk shit, but yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to visualize myself in this vehicle. and having this big old huge thing in the way of the window shield here. And then what happens if there's an accident? You know, you're in your fucking head. The driver or the passenger's fucking faces, you know, their heads accidentally hit this shit. Yeah, that wouldn't be too safe. I don't know. You know, there's so many designs though, so many ideas, and there's so many patents and stuff. You know, and all it takes is for them to come out with something like this, and then they get like a few bad reports about it, and they'll just they could discontinue it on purpose. So if people come out with dumb ideas that people want to support, and eventually people are getting injured and, you know, dying from it or whatever, there's a high chance, a high possibility that the whole thing could be redesigned for safety reasons. But anyways, but yeah, hold on. I was also thinking about something else. Oh, it was saying something about, okay, right here. It says this technology has already been applied to production cars like the Audi e-tron and Honda E. And it says although the technology isn't legal in the U.S. yet, U.S. yet. So, um, according to this, you know, these there are some vehicles out there with this like implemented onto the vehicle already. It's probably these right here. So it looks like there's one right here. It looks kind of like the Sentry mode on the Tesla, but it's just a little bit higher. Um, yeah, so you know, I think these people, they're always gonna come out with different designs. Um, that's why I would like to, um, you know, propose that AI technology would do its own like brainstorming and allowing it to have the freedom to do so, because it will also take into consideration all the information of the world, and it will present all of you with nothing but facts. You know, if it does something in a certain way, at the end of the day, it will be factual. If someone else comes along and says, "Oh, well, that doesn't look nice or it doesn't look great or good," and they try to move it, you know, in the code, you guys will have a bunch of errors when it comes to like JavaScript and stuff like that. And those errors will be something along the lines of like safety reasons, moving it is not safe because of, and it'll show you guys a whole list of things. But the design of AI technology will be, you know, in the 90% accuracy of the top of the line safety, amongst other things that us humans don't even think about. And this includes every single invention, not just referring to vehicles. So that's another thing that that's something else to take into consideration when allowing AI technology to have the freedom to brainstorm and to design things for us, and to and if it needs to be taught for whatever reason, that's something that we should be working more and endlessly towards, and not so much on other things that are taking our time, when later on in the future all the things that we thought about will eventually be replaced by technology itself anyway, and its way of thinking and reasoning, because we're referring to the computers here, to the computer. So if we're referring to the computer, then it's always going to be right, regardless of what we say, do, or think. And not just that, but our ideas will be like comparatively to, like, like a Ford vehicle, when it was first introduced, like the first vehicle, the first like combustible engine vehicle, or like even like a wagon, pulled by horses. Like, we have nothing on AI technology. And it's okay. We're just humans. What we're looking at in the future as a human race. So all of you are included in this, is the computer not taking over the world, okay, but helping us to do things the right way. Because right now, before I even started recording this video, I was in the living room with my parents, and we were watching a little bit of live, like 7 days ago, live footage of Donald Trump and some lady, I don't know her name, respectfully, but I guess that they're going to be two like opponents that are going to be running for presidency. Um, I think for the year 2025. And regardless of what these people are talking about, we can't take away from all the natural disasters taking place right now and that took place in history, and not to even get into the ones that will take place in the future. But there's obviously something that we are doing wrong, because so many homes are destroyed by tsunamis, by fires, by earthquakes. And if we want to prevent all of that from happening, we have to invest our time on AI technology more than anything else. I think that's the number one priority. Because it's going to prevent, in my belief, it's going to prevent and a number of things. Just everything. It's going to prevent things from getting ruined. It's going to prevent people from dying. And the list goes on and on and on and on. I mean, when I say things that will get ruined, it means that AI technology will perfect it. And this, like I said, it includes every single invention in the world. And we all know that there's, I mean, I don't even know how many inventions there is in the world, but, actual products. So, like, I don't even know how to begin explaining that to all of you. So these are just like ideas that people are throwing out there. They're experimenting with them. They're testing these ideas. And like I said, when I first started this video, I just had this thought of, since these Teslas already have Sentry mode, I was thinking, oh, I just got this bright idea, like removing the rear view mirrors altogether and adding, some screens in the inside of the vehicle, for like these futuristic cars. But that's all it was. Okay, that's all this is. Now another idea I kind of got was having, well, like like that little camera that was like, I don't know if it was just sticking out or if it comes out. So I don't know if it's fixed. I don't know if it's a fixed camera that stays that way, or if it hides itself when the vehicle's on, when the vehicle gets turned off. But I also thought of where the framing of the vehicle is. I thought of something opening from the outside, and it will have a mirror which will show the driver what's behind him or her. But it will basically be covered when the vehicle is turned off as well. But I don't know how that will work, or how that will look like, especially if it's raining. Having a bunch of water dripping, like just like, I don't know if it's going to distort the view or not. But anyway, that's a completely different design. But so I was thinking like this thing right here. Having this thing, I don't know. I guess I could kind of get it. It could come out. It could come down, like it could go outwards. It could go outwards to show the driver what's behind or on the side of them. But I don't. That's kind of hard for me to visualize now that I think about it. I mean, unless I'm inside of a vehicle, because but I think it could work if if it has enough of an extension, then it could technically work, and the top of it will actually be the paint job of your vehicle. So yeah, I don't know. These were just like, these are just ideas, I guess, and I know a lot of people have their own ideas, their own ways of thinking. Yeah, but it's so funny when these guys are talking about aerodynamics, because I mean, you're talking about little tiny little rear view freaking little years, they're so tiny, and they're talking about aerodynamics. Like, really? Like a fucking rear view fucking mirror is going to slow drag the whole operation of a vehicle and its performance and its battery life, when it comes to whether you're driving 100 miles or 150 miles, because you're removing these little items, these little things. Yeah, but anyway, let me see here. Let me go back to my my reading here. So I was actually down here. I showed you guys these patent drawings. It says, like other virtual mirrors, BMW's patent replaces traditional side mirrors with cameras recording live video. What sets BMW's design apart, however, is that the video is not shown on a screen inside the cabin. Instead, BMW's patent design features a semi-transparent mirror on the window embedded into the glass. Video from the external cameras is projected on a display reflected onto the window mirror in the driver's eye. The image would appear where a conventional mirror would normally be. Like other virtual mirrors, this will reduce the amount of drag since the cameras will be smaller than conventional side mirrors. Other information can also be overlaid onto the virtual mirror display, such as navigation instructions, parking guides, and the distances and speed of nearby vehicles when you're about to change lanes. See, these are other things I never even concluded or thought of. I never thought about this stuff. This right here, like other information. I wasn't even thinking about other possibilities. And it says such as navigation instructions, parking guides, and the distances and speed of nearby vehicles when you're about to change lanes. Dang. I mean, these guys, they put a lot of thought into this. These guys, they're in the business and they want to stay in the business. Okay, so this is the new camera rear view technology right here. Which is super cool. This is a view from the inside, which I wanted to see. Okay, so it looks like okay, so they can see what's on the left of them and to the right of them. Left has the bumpers, the guardrails. For some reason I call them bumpers. And then to the right of it, it has a vehicle. But then, how can they see behind them? Is my question. See, so technically, the way I was envisioning this, ladies and gentlemen, is like this little window space right here. You see this little window space right here and over here. Well, you guys can create that, like that triangle that I was referring to, and the screen will basically be there. and over here. Either that or on the framing of the vehicle right here and over here. And then this one will have the display on what's behind the vehicle. So this half of this screen was what it's displaying will be right here. And it's also good because when you're changing lanes, your face is not looking at the top of your ceiling of your vehicle. You're actually looking in the direction in the lane you're about to change into, and especially the front of your vehicle. Okay, so as you're changing lanes, you're actually watching out what's happening right in front of you, as opposed to looking over here and then thinking, okay, I'm clear to go. But then right when you look over here, there could be an object there. There could be a vehicle or something, and that could be dangerous within itself. So I know that. Oh, now that I think about it, I think the airbags are right here. So but either way, I think that you guys can get away with adding the screens right here. You know, that's just what I was thinking, because I mean, you know, where the heck is the view in the back? And how do these... I see the fucking flies flying around me. The one I was trying to kill earlier. Anyway, so like, how do these vehicle drivers see what the fuck's behind them? I mean, do they have to click on a button? I mean, what do they have to do to get that view? This fucking fly, man. Yeah, I fucked up earlier. I went outside and I left my screen door open, and I was like, oh, it's okay, they'll go out. And there's one in here. So I regret leaving the fucking screen open. But I'm gonna spray it down. I'm gonna kill the bitch. Anyways, so it's actually good that we actually get to see at least a look into the vehicle, and we get to see how, you know, this is working. Even the the screen being up here to the top left, where the visor's at, I would highly disagree with that because, again, the direction in which you are turning is basically is taken away from your attention on where you are about to turn. Instead of focusing your attention there, now you're, like I said, like I explained earlier, now you're looking up here, and if you hit someone, if a driver hits someone, who the fuck are they going to sue? They're going to want to sue the car companies. They're going to want to blame it on the car. Oh, well, I honestly was only turning, and I looked right in front of me, and right when I was about to change lanes, I looked up, noticed that it was all clear for me to change my lane, and as I was doing so, driving at 40 miles per hour, I happened to see someone, and it was too late. The fucking person's fucking whole face got fucking splattered all over my engine. My electric engine, my batteries. My frunk. Something along those lines. So anyway, so I think it's more important to have the display like somewhere right here. To keep it somehow professional, but again with this whole rear view mirror idea, concept or whatever, this whole idea and logic, I have to go with where these cameras are positioned. I would rule against it because it's taken away from the view of the driver, and it's like, what the heck was the whole point of removing the rear view mirrors if there's still an object here? So that's when I would personally go with where the cameras are on a Tesla, or at least away from the driver's view. Or like, what about in the front? I don't know. Like in the frunk. I don't fucking know, man. This is mind fucking me. It's mind fucking me really good. Hmm. I heard someone say that's the perfect position right there. Um, I don't know if that was sexual or if they were really in tune with this whole idea. But yeah, I guess we could say it that way. I mean, either way, it sounds professional. The perfect position instead of location. But whatever. Even the location could be changed, right? Instead of at the bottom, you want to put it a little, just slightly position it to the top, and right there, right in the fucking bullseye. Anyway, so yeah, these people are pretty clever. Either way, working hard, I could imagine. If you're thinking that when winding the window down will make this virtual mirror technology obsolete, the section of the window with the semi-transparent mirror won't move. This isn't the first time BMW has experimented with virtual mirror technology either. Back in 2016, BMW presented the i8 mirrorless concept at CES with cameras replacing the side mirrors and a central screen in place of the rear view mirror. Um, it isn't clear when BMW plans to add this innovative mirror technology to production cars, but it likely won't be available for several years since virtual mirrors are legal in some countries. New electric models like the flagship BMW iX still have traditional side mirrors, even though the iNext concept was presented with side cameras. And here's a picture of that. Just imagine cleaning these things. It'll be like almost like cleaning a cock. Like, hold on. I'm almost done. I just gotta fucking clean your fucking side rear view side camera real good with this towel. And, oh, there it is. There's that little camera. A little sweet spot. You're done. Thank you very much. Come again. Yeah, but I was really hoping that I would be the first one to think of that thought of this idea. But these guys, man, they beat me to it. They freaking beat me to it. I can't believe it. But it's okay. I mean, it does look super clean though. I mean, If only they could, like, really make it happen like this. Hmm. God damn. Yeah. Aerodynamics. Like a motherfucker. I think a lot of these competitors are going to have their minds blown shortly. Very shortly. Hmm. Jesus. Macaroni and cheesy. Anyways, I'm going to end this video. Thank you all for watching, and it's already been invented, so I get no creds for this, unfortunately. Besides other stuff I might have stated that could fall under my credit or towards my credit, that's a possibility. Because just like all of you, I'm working hard too. That rhymed, didn't it? Don't act brand new. Don't act all brand new. I don't know. No, that's whack. Let's scratch it all out. Just like you, I'm working hard too. Yeah, don't act too brand new. Yeah, that sounds great, actually.